We're recording.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to another Ask Me Anything for this week. And for this week, we have Mr. Mann as our interviewee. So, first question, what's your favorite history fact?
I don't know history. There's so many facts in history. I like all of history. Um, I've always had a mad fascination for history. Like I can sit down at any given time and watch documentary after documentary after documentary. I've always been that way. So I think that's one of the really cool things about history that I like. That all of the facts. One doesn't stand out. I just like collectively. I really like history.
Oh man, I can't do that.
You can't.
Watching documentaries like that, I would just sit there. I mean, like maybe I'll be interested in the first half of it, and then the rest is just like, it's getting old.
You must not have had a very good eighth grade U.S. history teacher. They did not instill that love of documentaries in you.
Are you talking about you?
Yes.
Just kidding. All right. Second question is, what would you do for a living if you didn't teach?
That's a good question. I've been teaching for a while at this point, but I did a lot of other things before I came to the profession of teaching. If I could snap my fingers and choose something else, I would be a professional mountain guide, I think. I moved to the state of Washington to climb mountains and be closer to big mountains, and it's a big passion of my life. So I think I would do that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh, Third question. When do you think you'll retire?
What's the date today? I don't know, maybe by the end of the week. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's funny. I guess my general plan is I would like to retire when I'm 60, but I'm not sure if that's possible. So that gives me another 8 years.
All right. Okay, whoa, okay. That's a pretty interesting question. Everyone who knows you knows that you have a fascination with Britney Spears. What is your favorite Britney Spears song?
Pass. No. That's pretty funny. This is a joke that's gone on for quite a long period of time. And I guess to keep the joke alive, I'm going to say that it's really hard to pinpoint one of her songs because she's such a talented artist that everyone in my mind is just a hit. I don't know. So maybe you have to, hit me with another question one more time and I might be able to answer that.
All right. The next question is, do you approve of water in cereal?
Is this a joke?
Oh no, is this a question?
Okay. In oatmeal, but I still, it's the only place I can foresee ever putting water in cereal, but I'm still a milk guy when it comes to, that. So I don't know. I don't understand. Water in cereal? No.
No. What is the best vinyl you've received as a gift?
That's a good question too. I mean, I have a lot of vinyl. I love collecting music. Recently it wasn't a gift, but I got a whole series of Marconi. He does soundtracks for movies. And I got a whole collection of his soundtracks for movies, and they're all really cool because they're genre specific, and the artwork on them is really beautiful. And the songs, the musical scores, they're not really songs; they're quite interesting as well.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna have to hit me up with a couple of YouTube links. I want to hear these. How do you organize your vinyls?
By genre.
By genre.
Yeah, I listen to all sorts of music from jazz to heavy metal. So I have a jazz section, I have a heavy metal section. I have a classic rock section. I have vinyl from when I was like 12 years old. And that's all like Grateful Dead albums. I have a Grateful Dead section. So my taste and my interest have evolved over time, but I tend to listen to a wide variety of music. So I just chunk it together into genre.
No, that's a good way of organizing.
Yeah, it works mostly. I know where most are, you know.
Hmm.
Sometimes I frantically search for an album. I'm like, I can't find it, but I eventually do. So it works.
And the last question is, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Hmm. Yeah, tough question. If you saw my This Day in History today, you know that I'm really into horror movies. Um, I like the cheesy horror movies from the 80s, mostly like Friday the 13th, the original in my mind is like a great movie, even though it is super cheesy. But it reminds me of like kind of my youth and whatnot. I remember when that movie came out, I was in middle school or maybe late elementary school. And my parents, foolishly enough, let me go see it. And I remember it scaring me at the time, but I could just watch those old horror movies all the time. So I'm going to go with Friday the 13th, the original.
Horror movies. I like it. I'm not really a big fan, just
But
because I don't know. I tend to just be one of those people who don't like watching it on their own. But then it turns into like a comedy routine with friends.
what would be your favorite movie, Alex?
Um, Favorite one I watched with friends is As Above, So Below.
Hmm.
It's a really it's a weird Netflix film, and I don't know. It's based on like like the different levels of hell and like Dante's Inferno and all that. And it's just really weird. I mean, the ending or the beginning is weird too, and then the ending is weird as well. And it's just like it's a one big circle. It just doesn't make sense. You'll have to check it out on
But
Netflix.
it's not
But
a scary horror film.
no, it is.
Creepy.
It's really creepy. Yeah.
I will add it to my list.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have for this interview.
Hey, Alex, thanks for asking me these questions. It was fun.
Hey, anytime, anytime. It was
All
actually a fun interview.
all right. Well, you have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right.